Hi, how are you? I'm Wayne Justmann. I'm headed with these two lovely young ladies to go to the castle in San Francisco where Dennis Peron used to live. We're going to have a great time over there and smoke some marijuana and have some good discussions on what's happening with cannabis right now, because none of us in this van can figure out what the hell is going on.
Right.
Our heads are spinning.
So that's why I'm here to report on this. And wait a minute, you have your own place in medical marijuana history, Wayne. Just can you briefly tell us about that?
Yeah, let me backtrack just a little bit. I was diagnosed HIV positive in July of 1988, just when the AIDS epidemic here in San Francisco was really crescendoing.
Right.
And I had to, like everybody else, had to take AZT and Xerit, were the two medications for people who are HIV positive. Go for it. Yeah, because this is, I see this back up. So anyway, and that was pretty hard to stomach. But what, asking around and learning from people, they said, you know, use cannabis. And I've been smoking cannabis since I was 28 years old. I'm 73 now, so I've got a few years under my belt. And I used it just like a whole lot of other people. Hey, it's just going to relax and chill me out. But then I also found out that when I started to use it again with the medicine, I was able to tolerate the medicine better. I had a better appetite, better frame of mind, could sleep a little bit, etc., etc. So I got involved in cannabis. I saw that there, and I was aware of Dennis Peron and the facility at 194 Church Street.
Well, let me ask you one thing. Are you still sick, or are you healthy at this point?
I'm 73 years old, and I just got my blood work done yesterday. My blood work is that of a normal man. Okay?
So you're not. Oh, that's amazing. Okay,
I'm
awesome.
asymptomatic. I've never had my viral load detectable.
So let me say. So are you saying that you think cannabis played a role in
for
you
me,
getting for you?
For me, I can't say that for anyone else.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
People who want to talk to me about did it help or did it not? Well, here I am, as I say, 30 years HIV positive. My viral load is undetectable. My T-cell count is well within a good range. All the blood work is fine. I've not had any asymptomatic offshoots of a KS or anything of that nature that I've had to deal with. So I've been pretty fortunate in that regard.
Now let me ask you.
Sure.
Were you you were taking the regular medicine just for people out there that may be sick, not only with AIDS but other kinds of horrible illnesses? They're taking their medicine. How did you ingest the marijuana? Did you smoke it? You just smoked it.
I smoked it, so because understand, we're talking about 1988.
Right.
Okay. We didn't have people bringing extracts in,
right,
or tinctures in, or anything of that nature, or ice cream, or in any other form, However, we did have it, as I say, in leaf form, and so I was happy. You're going to go on again. I was happy that to use it as this way. Now, as things have developed, I like to mix how I get cannabis into my system. Okay. When I say that, I'll use baked goods, I'll use tinctures, I'll vape, I'll smoke, I'll do a little bit of everything.
Okay, so say somebody out there that's watching this right now has an illness and they're in a legal state, because unfortunately there are still places where you can't get this medicine legally. We'll talk about that. There's a young girl right now suing Jeff Sessions.
Isn't that wonderful?
Alexis.
12 years old.
Go Alexis.
12 years old.
11.
Alexis.
Yeah.
And she is suing for the right to use cannabis as medicine. So if there's somebody out there watching and say they have a parent that's ill or something, what would be, and they're in a, let's say start with a legal state, what would you suggest if they have an illness, a severe illness, what's the best way to start?
Do your research. That's number one.
Okay.
Because I'm HIV positive, I want to find out what the hell that means.
Right.
Now my doctors are going to share information with me. Other people who are HIV positive, they'll share information with me. But I myself, what does it mean? What is it doing to my body? How can I respond to it? All of these other aspects. And then once I understand the disease, just like other people who may have neuropathy or some type of a pain, and say, these aspirin that I get or the opiates that I'm getting are not doing me well. Well, then you've got to introduce yourself to an alternative medicine, and that alternative medicine is cannabis. And as you say, it's medicine.
Oh no,
it's medicine.
Right.
Famous quote of Dennis.
All use is medical.
Cannabis.
What?
Church Street is that
was
second
that quote?
traffic light
Turn
up,
left.
and then no, you want to go right. We're going to the castle. Okay.
All cannabis users are medical users, whether they know it or not.
Oh, that is.
Is that it?
That's right. All medical use is all use of cannabis is medical.
We'll look it up. I think
that's it.
somewhere between the two of us.
Exactly.
Well,
That's
just
it.
to put my 2 cents into it. Hi, everybody. By the way, I'm in the back of the VW, and it's
Sorry about the no muffler.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. But okay, what I wanted to say was I worked in high-end rehab, so I ended up getting my degree in counseling and drug and alcohol. And I got to tell you, I was amazed. I'm like, wait, they lied to us, right? I'm like,
Our government? Oh, our government lied to us about this plan?
Not them.
that you can grow in your backyard. That they
Not
used
our
to.
government. They didn't lie to us.
Take Meritol. It's fine. You'll be fine.
Well,
And we'll make our money.
when I found out like how much like the Harvard, Stanford, Yale were doing new studies on cannabis curing cancer, I had to really like come out as an activist, especially since Monsanto is going into the business and trying to put out all the small farmers. That's a whole other discussion. But I'm just going to sign out for now. Wayne, would you please tell them your full name and we'll continue this discussion?
Wayne Justmann, Justmann. I'm 73 years old, 30 years HIV positive, and I use cannabis as a medicine.
Thank you. And Wayne,
First 215 holder.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, by the way.
Yeah, what is
when
that?
When you talk about that,
Quickly, because
we had to do something. When I said we had to do something to give legitimacy to a patient that's carrying around a cannabis or using cannabis, and just to have a card in your pocket that says Paul's Pot Shop from somewhere, et cetera, et cetera. Here, officer, look at this. That just to me and to a few others, that wasn't working. So I was able to work with the district attorney and Supervisor Leno and our board of supervisors. We constructed a program that identified medical cannabis users, issued them cards. It came through our Department of Public Health, and there was pushback against that. Now I'm talking about 2000, or 18 years ago. People were still worried about the federal government. They're still worried about getting on a list, any kind of information about that regard. But I kind of try to, listen, we've got a good program here. Just give this thing a shot. You can go over here. Give this thing a shot. And the best thing I could do is say, wait a minute, I've got to back up what I'm saying.
Right.
So I was the first person on a Monday morning to be over at the Department of Public Health and to say, I wanted a cannabis card. And so in July 5 of the year 2000, I was the first patient ever recognized in the state of California to use cannabis.
Thank you, sir.
I made it possible for the others, though.
That's right, you did.
Really. Now we have a state card program. People want to go from north to south. It's not just about myself. We had to expand it for everyone because cannabis is a drug. Cannabis is a flower for everybody.
And the more I learn, the more I want people to know the truth, because I think it is with no side effects and no deaths related to it. And after having worked in a rehab, no addiction. Anyway, everybody's signing out for now. Signing out for now.
The truth will set you free.
Always. And on my channel, I hope to always bring you the truth. Here's some truth about cannabis. Like I said, I'm in San Francisco at a conference and a celebration of life for Dennis Peron. And this is just one of the many great interviews that I hope to bring you about the revolution of cannabis and the end of prohibition in California. Have a wonderful day, everybody.